Okay, we should be live now. I can't hear myself yet, but okay. Whoop. There we go. Turn off that for now. Yep, cool, we're live. Hello everybody. Let me turn on this audio again. There we go. So before we start the development of the stream, of the demo and everything, one of the subscribers, members of the Discord, longtime supporter of this project, has been playing around with using the plugin generator to generate, or not to generate, to make their game. So we're going to play around with it a little bit. This is a very early demonstration of what can be done. So let's see how it goes. Nice. Now I have played a little bit of it. I'm going to move my mouse off the thing. I have to click, don't I? Oh. Oh wait. I need to write a plugin to use AWS. Okay, so I have played a little bit, so I know kind of where to go. So we're going to stop by here and visit myself to get the axe. Welcome to the Synthesize Workshop. Here you can use the materials you gather to craft useful or various useful items. I'd like to give you a pickaxe to get you started. You can try it out. You can try out the mining mechanics in the New Moon mines to the west. You obtain the old pickaxe. Oh, I have to hit enter. There we go. There we go. Jump. And then let's go to the mines. Ooh. Okay, can't, oh there we go. Zach is back in action. I don't know who Zach is, but awesome that he's back in action. You can talk to someone again to see the tutorial. The tutorial? What tutorial? There's a tutorial? Don't listen to me. You can talk to SirLegna's again to see the tutorial. Oh, I did not know that. We'll have to do that when I get out of the mines. Oh! Wow, Zach, it's been a while. Mostly on my part. It's been a while since I've put videos online. But I've been coding. I've been making codes for a gaming engine, so... Wow, long time. He gives you information about the workshop. He gives you the information about the workshop. Cool! So, I do know that this is using one of my plugins. Basically, you can mine these to obtain iron ore, and then you can't do anything because you've already mined it, but after a time period, I'm not 100% sure off the memory of how long it is, but after a time period, these things will basically reset, allowing you to mine again. And you can do that over and over again. That's using the delay, switch, and variables plugin, which allows you to delay switches and variables. You can delay them by time, number of batters, number of steps, saves, all sorts of things. So, really nice, and I believe you're using the same with these as well. Playtime is 10 seconds, so yeah. So, I can't easily access these, and it's not like it's running a parallel timer or anything like that. It's literally not accessible until that time is up. So you don't have to worry about like your game lagging because it's trying to run a parallel event until those seconds are up. Yes, it does even run, because this still runs frame counts. So it's actually counting up throughout the entire thing. So wait about 5-10 seconds, and you can mine again. But you couldn't do that immediately. Really nice feature. I have a lot of ideas on how to play with this. Half of me wants to play around with this feature itself, using, what's the thing? You trying to do it with quest. So like you talk to an NPC, and the NPC would be like, do 10 battles, and instead of that actually being like a quest and you having to scope out that in like a conditional branch, you just go, hey, make this NPC have a switch in 10 batters to flip. Or maybe another NPC has a switch in 10 batters to flip. It's a pretty nice feature, I think. It was originally, if you go to the Driftwood gaming server, one of the users there was wanting to make a farming sim. And that's where this came in, is I was like, I know you can do it, it just takes a lot of effort. And I was like, why should it take a lot of effort? It should be as simple as, hey, flip this switch after X amount of times passed. So I think you have to get a lot of little ores, so I'm just going to do this for a quick second as we talk about that. And then nothing different in that menu. This shows you a bunch of ores. I think I need one more iron ore and one more of the other one, I believe. But before we continue further, the skills have a little modification as well. I believe it's also being sorted. I believe you have it sorted by MP and then TP, and sorting from lowest to highest. But it also labels the values. So 15 NP, 20 TP, and so on and so forth. Do you have any specials? No. That's interesting. Special and magic shows the same. I don't know how you did that. Nothing unique there, and nothing unique there off the top of my head. For now, I'll most likely do something bad. I'm planning to add an achievement feature that counts the number of times something is done based on a variable. Yeah, you could do that. So let's go back and see how many more things I need to use in the forge. Dang it, mouse. Move the mouse away from the game. People get annoyed by that. Anything in the well? No, nothing in the well. So you say I could talk to myself again. You can find various measures in the west. Yep. Would you like to know how to do it? Sure. Using the smell. Oh, I did not know you could use the anvil. I haven't used the anvil yet. I'm sorting skills by usability and MP cost. Okay, so TP cost must just be must be coincidentally sorted by it. But usability is a nice thing to sort by. Sorting your skills by usability, basically, if the skill can't actually become active, so like, I'll explain once I'm done with this menu. Can you tell me about the smithing? As soon as to start off, you can find various, After gathering the raw materials, you need to go to the furnace to do it. Okay. And then after processing the raw materials, you can craft them. You can use them to craft various useful items. Each craftable item is listed in the requirement materials. Okay. Cool. I'd like to ask about something else. I'm good for now, actually. I lied. Do you have a Discord? Yes, I do. It's in the description below. It's nicely labeled. It's going to say Discord semicolon in the link. There's 3 different links. There's one for this game and one for my plugin as well. I should also include the game engine, but I'm pretty sure you can find RPG Maker or MZ. I also support MV, but it's not fully there yet, so let's not do that. Let's see this. Okay, if I want to make a simple pickaxe, what do I need? I need the old pickaxe, an iron ingot, 5 iron ingots, ooh, and 15. Okay, so gotta do some math here. So, yes, I know. No, I'm sorry. Okay, so I need 5 of the irons, and for the irons, I need 30 of one and 25 of the other. So 150 and 125. Okay. How many do you want to make? I don't think I can make one. Yeah, I can't make one. Nope, okay. We're gonna go out then. The battle system's cooldown wait mode is the TP isn't going to be used in-game, but other costs will be. Okay, so you're gonna use my... I need to open up the other thing to remember all my plugins. Okay, you're gonna use the skill cost formula to have alternate costs to your skills. So like HP, TP, or TP's a default, HP, items, gold, and all that stuff. You can receive the order. Yep, I did receive that. Okay. I believe I did. Let me verify. Items. Yeah, I have the old one. I joined. I nicknamed myself Zach. Can I add you? Can I add you? You can add me always. You should be... I'm checking the Discord real quick. Yeah, you should be good. Yeah, you don't need to be any special roles or anything to gain access. I don't know what you mean by add me otherwise, so... Oh, okay. Not me. You can add me too. I recommend, however, if you're going to talk something that doesn't need to be private, to talk on the Discord, just so that I don't repeat myself a billion times. Okay, so we need to do some math here, or else I'm going to do this too much. Okay, I need 100 more iron and 150... No, I need 150 iron and 100 more of the other one. Okay, and we need to find out what the other one was, so that I know which one to spam over and over again. Okay, awesome. I might actually create a custom role for you, just so that I can, as people from my old YouTube come into my new YouTube, I can keep track of them. And who knows, my old YouTube might start coming back again, and I might do other things other than just demonstrating my plugins and other people's games and stuff. But you'll have to wait and see. Okay, that can't, and that can't. You can hoard 99 of each item, since I'm not using any. Okay, I'll have to add that to my list of plugins possibly to do, is crazy amounts of hoarding. It'll be, ooh. Since this is a live stream, I'll just talk my thoughts out to you guys. It'll be interesting to do a plugin that is basically makes an item act like a book bag. and you can kind of restrict what items can get put into that item. So you can have like a quiver, and arrows will automatically get put in the quiver, and the quiver has certain amounts. Yeah, that could be cool. That'd be a cool little plugin to play around with. I would have to play around with how it pulls items out though, because it would have to kind of like recursively go through all your what's the thing, items and inventories to verify, to grab the appropriate ones. See, this is why I guess I'm never going to get to making my own game again, because I have too many ideas. But I don't mind. If you guys can make awesome games and I can help facilitate like the coding aspects of it, to me that'd be more than enough. I should check my inventory and see how much items I have. Okay, we have 67. So let's try and make some things out of this already. Yep. Okay, give me a quick second. I just need to jump through the Discord real quick, make sure everything is going well. Add people as friends. Pending. Accept. There we go. Cool. Cool. Okay. And we're back. Oopsie. You guys don't need to know how often I check my feed. Set up a predefined struct of items for the pocket. Oh yeah, I know how I could do it. The main thing is when you do like remove item, to have that recursive going through and verifying, hey, it might not be in the party's inventory, but it might be in like a player's item or in a player's armor or whatever. The dev would set up the list of item structs. Oh yeah, I would not set up it. Okay. So you did, in your game, there's another little feature I was thinking of. Two features on the screen when I first encountered it. One, it'd be nice to have a way to go, hey, show players inventory of items that they have. So you could be like, hey, you're about to craft an iron ingot. Here's how many, man, my brain's going blank. Here's how many iron ores you have and pyro ores and all of that. The other thing is I could do 999, which I physically can't make, okay? It'd be nice if there's another plugin called that does the same action. It shows the counter and stuff, but you can set a min and max, and that min and max can also be set by a variable. So we have 67 iron and 36 of the other. So we're gonna go into iron. We have 67 and 36, so I think we only can make one. We can just try again, but I think we can't make another one. Yep, okay. Cool. And we have the one iron, so we need to make a bunch more. Set up a plugin command that shows the text that displays the content of the pocket item. Yes, I'm not 100% sure what you're referring to on that one. So, 5 ingots, 15 ores. Okay. I totally forgot that shift is a button I can hold. Okay, so we need to get some iron. And then we'll go down there. There we go. Yes, I know the rock's empty, but we're getting the pyro stuff. I guess I could go up, just up and down pyro and iron for now. Yes, that's the issue, is because the pocket item is an item in itself, in theory, it might not show up inside itself. Well, not that it won't show up inside itself. It won't show up inside the party's inventory. But I know somebody to reach out to who has done similar plugins to see how they handle the scoping issue, if they're still up for it. I know they've had a rough time for a while now, so. The downside to making free to cheap plugins is a lot of people don't give you respect. You need more pyronite or for the simple pickaxe. Yes, but I need iron ingots as well. I need 5 iron ingots, and I think I only have 1 right now. Yeah, I only have 1. So I'm just collecting a boat ton. Now I can't remember, these rocks are 2 sprites, right? I can do a window skin skill, yeah, scene plugin for that. Oh yeah. I was just gonna hijack the inventory one and just show it off as if it's the player's inventory. And then instead of you backing out to the menu, it would just back out to the appropriate thing. There's a bunch of inventory plugins I want to do. I want to have it where when you do... You don't have a case on in the game for this. But when we do the when I start working on the demo again, there is a command called select item, and all you really can do from it is give it the item grouping. And because you only can give it the item grouping, it shows you a boat ton of items which you might not want. Such as like with your crafting system, you might have a boat ton of various ores and gems and all this stuff, and you might just want the player to select the ore or gems they want. So I want to make it where it's more like the shop, where you give me the list of items you want me to select from, and then I will filter that list from the player's inventory. However, that requires me writing a little bit of code because the default way of handling it is very hard-coded in that one way of filtering the items based on the item type. Instead of going like filter the items based on other things. So I might have to write my own little wrapper function of that. Okay, how many do we have? We have 30 pyro, so we can go. I have more than enough iron, so we might just farm pyro next. can farm. Whoop. Now, what are all the magic ones again? Ooh, magic takes a lot. If you want to work on that, I have to, you are one of the few people who actually have access to the underlying code to my plugins. So if you want, I can kind of do a run through on how the code would work. I have to kind of modify it to make screen plugin commands, so we can talk offline for that. Okay, 1 iron, 5 irons. Yeah, okay. So we just need to farm pyro right now because I think 30. We have 2 more of the irons. That'd give us up to 4. Yeah. If we farm pyro for a while and every now and then just touch the other one, we'll be fine. I keep forgetting to not use the shift key. You know what? There's an option for that. Always dash. There we go. Now I don't have to remember to use the shift key. Okay. I think pyro's 5 minutes, or 5 seconds, not 5 minutes. You could set it for 5 minutes. If you do that, I do recommend you would need a lot more ores. But if you do succeed in converting these to Tyro events, you could actually kind of do some cool things with that. Yeah, so if you can write me the blueprint, I can start putting it into the generator. And then we can work around the specific aspects. And in theory, after working on the specific aspects of it, we can tie everything together. Because basically, the generator takes blueprints and converts to really nice, clean plugins. So all I would do is create like a UI or a screen trait to plugins, and with that you can take it and use the blueprint and get a screen to appear. It's pretty neat. One day more people will be able to use it once I work out all the little bugs. I know that's about 5 seconds if I travel up the staircase and back down. Oh, the iron ore is the one I plan to convert to iron. So yes, but if you can succeed in the iron ore being converted, then theoretically all of these could become tyros as well. And then you don't have to do anything. You literally, all you would have to do is make sure like the layers are all correct, and then that event will always trigger no matter where you draw it. So instead of having to, I'll pretend I'm in the developer, instead of being like, oh, I need to add a couple more pyros here and here, you don't have to copy this event, paste, copy again, paste again. You can literally just go into the tile editor and draw, and you're done. Pretty nice. Now, the issue I don't like about it, but I don't like the other solution if I didn't do it the way I do it, is it copies all the tires. So if you have like right here where you have like the gravel or the gray rock, if you were to copy the pyronite one and put it over like grass or something, it's not the same tire event. It copies all the tires, so it wouldn't know. Yep. The only issue and the thing I'm unsure on how it would work with the delays and stuff is how the delays would work with that. Because you're not really delaying an event, so you couldn't do self switches. I have a few ideas. I might, as you're developing that, definitely reach out to me. I might have a couple of solutions, but I want to know how a developer is going to develop that versus somebody who knows the code. Because I have some ideas on ways to work around it, but I want to know what ideas are best to do. Now, I wonder, and I need a... Okay, that sounds good. How many items do I have? I have 50. I can get 10 more, and then I can make 2 ingots. Then we're almost done with this, and then we can get the axe, the special axe. And I'll make a save copy of this. Which, I spent about a month trying to make a better saving system for web games. Because the saving system it uses by default is nice, except it is very much under the browser's control. So without like even playing this game, so if I was to save it right now and come back in a month to play it, again, I haven't played the game in that entire month, my save file might be deleted. And it's because it's using local storage, which is up to the browser to control. So your browser can actually go, hey, I need more storage. You haven't touched this website in a while. I'm going to delete your storage. And there's no way around it. You can't protect the local storage in any fashion or form. So, yeah. I'm still working on ideas around such a case. I don't think it can do 3. No, can't do 3. But I can do 2. Okay. But I think I need 1 more of that, and I think that's it, right? Yeah, I only need 1 more iron. Which means I need about 40 more pyro, and my iron ore is good. So I just need 30 more pyro. Oopsie. See, so I was talking to the developer a while back about making these Tyro events, and Tyro events could do the exact same thing. The only difference is when you hit enter, instead of it turning you around, it would just jump in the direction you're facing. If you're on my Discord, I have a demo of me doing such a thing. And I think it'd be interesting. I have some ideas to play around with it. There's a total of 4 or 5 pickaxes, you think? Well, we're only getting 1. Unless the simple pickaxe suddenly becomes like super mining. Because I still want to do the demo, because that's the primary focus of this stream, was to get demos out there of my plugins so that people would know how to use them and could verify that they even work to begin with. Because other than special edge cases, all my plugins should work. They do go through testing and all that prior to release, but I can't test every possible thing. Oh, you still need to add them into the game? Okay. Oh yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes, especially with some of the plugin ideas that I have coming down the line. But yeah, anyone who's watching, you can make this the same system using my plugins right now. The developer does have early access to my development stuff, primarily because he's also a tester, so he tests some of the plugins prior to release. And make sure I don't write stupid code. I write stupid code all the time. Anyone who communicates with me in text form for a while will know I make typos everywhere. So I write stupid code a bunch of times. 90% of my errors are because I forgot to like put a comma or a dot or something that should be there. Okay, we need, I think we have enough iron now. We just need 40 pyro. So it's just mining this one. I hit these just because that's about 5 seconds. Oh yeah, I will not say so personal story to me, I don't write code that often at where I work. Not my role anymore. Used to write code, no longer do such. But I know how to write code. If you are like, hey, how do I get this data to transfer from this thing to this thing through these networks and under this firewall and behind this condition and there's these restrictions, I most likely could tell you how. But I don't write code anymore. So I very rarely write up how the actual code to do it. I just give you the design and go with it. This is my like, hey, maybe I should keep my coding skills up just on the off chance that I need to write code. Which in reality, like this past week, I had to write up some code because none of my developers wanted to do it, and I was particularly fond of the feature. And I was like, if you guys aren't going to write it, I'll write it up myself, and we'll call it a day. Okay. 25 plus 15. 40, yep, so we should have enough. That would be another interesting plugin to come up with, is kind of where it shows you the amount, show you the minimum amount needed to do anything in the game. So, like with the mining stuff, Pyro Night, you could have the minimum amount be like 15. And it would be like, you have 45, minimum amount's 15. So like 45 over 15, or something like that. Telling you how many actions you can do. I think I only need one more. And I think that's that. And then I think I can do this. I only need... I don't have enough. What don't I have enough of? Maybe I did the math wrong. Okay, how many Pyronites do we need? I think 15. So I need 14. Yeah. So I need to get 14 more, and then we will have the axe. Don't hoard shit. See, I think I would personally make these tires and make it where you can jump onto your items without any corresponding jump pad. But I'll just create a calculator item for the... You could, but it would also be nice if that was just in the menu. Just so like okay, let's say magic gems and stuff. It'd be nice in this point of view, I could see what the minimum amount I need for anything. I don't know. Maybe a calculator is better use of that. But I feel like this, you could add a couple more things like that. Just to me, I feel like a slash in like 15 under Pyronite would be enough for me to get like the idea of like, hey, I need 15 more before I go back to the store or whatever if I'm chasing that. I think that was enough. Yep. Or even better idea. I like this idea. I look into your, well, so the idea I had was I look into all your shops, every shop you have. Actually, you can make that Anvor Tyro event as well if you wanted. The idea I was having is I look into all your shops and see which shops need how much for, or you tell me what item let me think about it as I get this and we can talk about it later. What? 1 ore, 5 irons, 15 pyro. It says I don't have enough. I think there might be a bug. Oh no, did I already make it? I already made it. Yep, I already made it. I'm an idiot. We already have the simple one. I could go back to myself to grab the ore, I think. No. So, I think we did everything in this demo. Unless the developer says there's something else to demonstrate. If not, we're going to switch over to the making of the demo. Yep, I already made it. Awesome. We already tried it out. It increases the rate, I think. Awesome. Cool. I'm excited to see how this plugin continues. If anyone watching wants to play around, the link is in the description. It's underneath the generator. It's underneath my Discord, and that's the link. We're going to transfer over now to my demo. Yeah, adding more contact in this evening. Awesome. And hello, DVD. So my demo, we're gonna look into it. When we last left off yesterday, we were setting up items to cost steps. So I'll show you real quick, because that's always a good thing. Show what we did last before jumping into what we're doing today. So before we left off, we had blinky events just to indicate that they are interactable. But we had a shop that the price of the item is in association to the number of steps you take divided by 1,000. So right now it's 0.001. I'm going to take a bunch of steps. Go back. Now it's 0.052. So now potions and super potions. Super potions are rounding, potion is just the raw value, are going to adjust based on the number of steps we take. So if I go here, yep, cool. Cool, we received a bunch of money. As you can see, the potion just keeps increasing in cost. As we take more steps, it'll keep becoming harder and harder to buy it. And eventually, we won't ever be able to afford potions. But the core thing, and I recommend playing around with this feature with a grain of salt, because it's not really tested, it's just a side effect of not properly making the formula. You can do floats. So 1.1, okay, give me a second. 30 minus 1.104 should give us 28.89.6 if we buy one of them, which it does. $28.89.6. The other thing is you can do sell, and your sell price does not have to match up with any association to your buy price. So we can sell back the potion for 50. Cool feature, awesome. Let's continue. Whoopsie. There you go. Okay, so I think we left off, we were talking about should we show the math.floor option where it rounds it down to 1, or the potion option. And I think we'll just stick with both for right now. Oh yeah, DVD, if you want this, you can go right now to my plugin generator, links in the description, grab skill cost formula, or not skill cost formula, oopsie, I think that was last week's demo. Where is it? Item cost formula, there we go. You can grab item cost formula and start playing around with it. Super nice. You just start plugging in values and everything, and it works. So we got that. We got steps. That's going to be steps. What's the other items we had? I like how I closed out. Short sword and linen cloth. So let's go to... So also, it says note tags for items. It should be note tags for items, skills, weapons, armors. Originally, it was just for items. Later, I discovered, like, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you can buy and sell in the shop. So if we go to weapons, let's see. Let's do, I'm trying to think of what we could make the weapons sell for. Let's try variable 1. And then we can make the doll allow you to set variable 1. And that will set the price of the item. So there's that. Oopsie. Oh yeah. And if you follow me, you should, theoretically, if I understand how itch work, get updates whenever I do any major changes. I don't do updates for all changes because some of them are like, I fixed a typo. And I'm not going to update you on that. But if I've noticed that like the plugin works, so like I fixed a bug, or the plugin is doing something new, different, or there's a new plugin, I generally put a dev post up explaining it, and I try to sound cool and be like, hey, yeah, dudes, you can do this now. Okay, so let's add an option. Done. Oh yeah, definitely follow any of the projects you are interested in. You'll get updates, I believe. I'm not 100% sure how itch is. It's hard for me to tell if it's... So, fun fact behind the scenes, even on this screen, this isn't itch, by the way. This is actually my local version of my plugin generator. when I am editing my plugin generator, I don't push to itch. You'll never see a new, like, hey, he changed the fire thing. It gets pushed automatically behind the scenes. Give me a second. Woo! Whoopsies. Okay. It automatically gets pushed behind the scenes, and it will just take up the update. So, in theory, you will never have to worry about not being up to date with the latest. If you go to my itch page, anytime, every time you reload that itch page, it's reloading the latest version. So you never have to worry about that. I don't have to remember to push up the zip file or any of that stuff. It just loads it up. The downside to that is it pretends or assumes that there's an itch file associated to being loaded up, which means you have to generally push an itch file up with, or a zip file up with it. I don't do that, so I'm not 100% sure how itch plays. Also, fun fact with that, there's a new project coming down the pipe for anyone who's listening who wants to play around with new projects. We're gonna just do you. Actually, we'll take no face. I'm looking to make a community developed RMMZ project. And what that community developed RMMZ project will have is you'll be able to develop in tandem with other developers in semi-real time and produce a game with everyone's code and everything working inside itself. If you know the amalgamation project from Driftwood's thing, think of the same thing, except instead of me having to design the entire project, you can download the project, develop, upload the project again, and it will eventually get merged into the main one that everyone's building. So, what do we want to call this variable one? I guess dummy count? Yeah. Do you want to change the dummy count? Actually, no. Let's not be coy. Hey, I can set the short sword price if you want. Yeah, let's not be coy. He's on bottom, so I want it on top. That could be a cool plugin to have too. One that automatically puts top or bottom depending on where the event is being called. Okay. Yes, I do want to adjust the short price. Cool. Variable 1. How many digits? Let's say... Actually, why not? Let's say 9, or let's say 8 digits. Why not? What do you want the price to be? Okay, 8 digits, awesome. Variable 1. I'm gonna just quickly I hate how there's no like name variable section. Short sword price. Okay. So I believe it's going to be free initially. Oopsie. I didn't need to do that. I just need to save and refresh this. Blow it up. I believe it's going to be free initially because there is no price. No, it's going to be 300. Why is it going to be 300? I don't know. But let's make it 10. Woo! Look at that! The dummy now can set the price of the sword. So... Oh yes, there will be moderators. Next week is going to be the working behind the scenes, making sure the system works all correct. Once we verify that the system will work, we will make it public to everyone, and there will be nice instructions on how to get involved, how to add your stuff, and what the terms of adding anything to the project, what terms are under that thing. But look at that expensive short sword. Somebody was very mean to me. That is beautiful. That actually could be a cool feature in a game. Like, you go down to like some back alley thing, and there's this guy like, hey, I know all the shopkeepers and I can set the price of the item, one of the key items you want. What price do you want? And you can just go in and be like, I want it to be free. Which I'm pretty sure I can just set it to free. Oopsie. Come on. I'm pretty sure if I do that, it would just be free. No. So 0, does that make sense? I think that makes sense. 0 would be, let me dig into the code real quick to make sure I don't have a bug. Okay, this is the item cost formula plugin, which I actually don't use it at all. I don't use that. That's our generated code. Okay. Just give me a quick second, guys. I just want to figure out if this is a bug or not. What? That doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense in my world right now, guys. Okay, I'll look into it later. For whatever reason. No, because you can set it to 1. You can set it to 1. What I think I have is if it's set to 0, I assume that there's a bug in your formula that you're using, and because I assume there's a bug in your formula, I default to the original value, which I should put that in the plugin command. So yeah, short swords now cost 1 value. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Is I assume that because you, come on. Because you could do something like, blah, and I wouldn't know how to handle that. It would either break your game, or I go, oh, I'm assuming that's 0. I'm going to readjust that to be the default value. But let's, oh yeah, your plugin parameters have value or 0. Yep. So I just need to work on that. If you guys want to have free, I don't think any developer is going to want free shop items. But that just gave me another idea. So, let's go into this guy. Make it 420 question mark, not question mark. Actually, we don't have switches. Well, we can always do this. We always can do game switches dot value 1 question mark. Either it's 420 or actually no. Either it's 69 420 because memes are good, or it's just 420. Actually no. It's either 420 or it's 69. Yeah, there we go. You can change the JS code in the actual plugin parameters? Let me see that. I don't think you can. You say it, but I don't agree. I believe switches is a code. Right? Show you guys what I'm doing so that you guys know what I'm doing. Nope, there we go. The secret of the universe, yes. Game switches. Yes, it switches ES. So I believe I did switches ES dot value equals 1. Yep. Yeah, I think it's a different plugin. I don't think there's plugin parameters. Yeah, there's no. Whoopsie. Yeah, there's no plugins for plugin. Yeah, there's no plugin parameters for this. Because all this is note tags. There's actually no special code either. It's just overwriting a couple of key functions. These two key functions is the only thing it's overwriting, and when it overwrites those, it's done. That's everything. I mean the plugin manager window. In the plugin manager window. You can turn it off. I don't think you can overwrite it though. Actually, since I have a good amount of viewers, when you go into my plugin manager or plugin generator, would you want to be able to set the default plugin parameters? This one has none, so this is a bad case. But do you want to, let's say it had like show free, and you could turn that on or off by default. And then when you build it, it will build with those defaults. And anytime you move it to a new project, it will load those defaults by default, of course. Yes, the sorter, the skill sorter plugin, they're actually with no modifications. I think with no modifications can be used in MV. I recently had somebody request that. The skill sorter plugin can actually do that. Actually, I'll show you that request because that was a cool request. Pop that out here. Because they requested skill sorter, but the cool thing is, have you ever wanted to sort your skills by damage type? So like healing above damage, MP above HP, and all of that. This is the command you'll use: skill.damage.type, and it will sort your skills based on the damage type that's applied. Pretty nice thing. It really shouldn't be that much work. It would just be, when you get to this screen, it would dynamically read all the plugins you have and just plug them in here. And then when it compiles them, it will, secret, when you are hitting compile cart, it's not actually compiling in your cart. It's when you hit download settings is when it's compiling, but it would compile all your settings pre-programmed. Right now it just compiles the name, but ultimately future versions, spoilers for anyone who's like, don't tell me anything about the future, there's going to be a asterisk engine, and it will have MV, MZ, and you can click either one. There'll be an asterisk obfuscate, an asterisk obfuscate, minimize, normal, and you can select all of those. If you want to obfuscate the plugin, if you want to minimize the plugin, if you want to have the normal plugin. Minimize will have a condition. If you have minimize, whatever plugin settings you have are the plugin settings it will use. You cannot change plugin settings under minimize, and so on and so forth. As long as yes. So you'll be able to set the defaults, but you can always just go in here and change the defaults like normal, unless it's minimized. If you put in a minimized version of the plugin, it won't show any parameters. The parameters will be hidden, but the same. There's also, so if you're, fun fact, I'll show you the plugin just so that you guys can learn stuff along the way. Because that's half of the reasons why I'm doing this, is also to show you stuff. So let me open folder, JS. I don't know which ones actually have code, but let's say this had parameters. Let's say you had this had parameters. If you, as a developer, are like, hey, I don't want anyone to be able to steal my plugins or my game and be able to edit the plugin parameters, if you go in here, and I believe you can delete everything beyond the title and the target for MZ, of course. If you delete all these comments at the very top and make it like this, you are locking in the plugin parameters. You are locking in the plugin parameters, and anyone using this plugin will not be able to change it. Now, they could, of course, read your code and go in and go like, oh, this needs to be set. I just realized I could have just opened this to read how it's setting it. Take the default price. Yeah, so it's either the default price or the item price, which means if the default price is 0, it takes the item price. Yep. That can lock in your plugins. Of course, they can read the code and rewrite this, but you only can do so much. It's JavaScript. You can't completely secure it. But yeah, if you're ever wanting to do that, and my plugins will have a minimized version eventually, which will automatically do that. The great thing about my plugins is because the name is going to be set the same for everything, let's say this had parameters, you adjust the parameters to your liking, and you're about to release, and you're like, hey, I don't want anyone to be able to just grab my game and start mucking around with the parameters. You'll be able to just grab the minimize plugin, move it into your project, drop it in, overwrite this plugin, and it will overwrite the parameters. Or it won't overwrite the parameters. It will overwrite the plugin and lock in the parameters you currently have. Even though they won't show up again, it will be locked in. There will be the exact same parameters you had, even if you change them from the default. Really cool feature. I gotta thank Yanfly and the Visual Stella team for finding that out. So awesome that they did the heavy lifting of figuring that out. Oh yes, it's been a journey. the plugin generator, this guy, I think I spent 1 month in total time of conceptually designing it, a month in total time of designing the back end, and then I spent last month actually really filling it out with plugins. And Kuro Yorkie Dev Games can state the original model only had 3 plugins in it. And if I remember right, I can check, but if I remember right, it was only these 3. It was the skill cost display, skill cost order, and skill cost formula. And those were the only plugins for like a month and a half, because I needed some plugins just to test out, hey, can I change the code dynamically? Can I adjust these things, these variables and stuff? Took forever, but I love it. I love how, hey, 1-up against Kuro-chan is fine. Okay. Or Kuro-chan. I love how 1-up against the Visual Stella and Yan Flies plugin, I can, not all, I can just go, hey, give me all my plugins, compile into your cart, name it test, and hit download. For whatever reason, it's not downloading right now. But, let's see. Big screen. I am not that blind. I just want to see what error it's causing. Again, this is my local version, so. Yeah, I'm doing weird things for my local version still. So, don't worry about it. The one that goes on to the itch page actually works. I verify that like 3 times before it actually gets pushed to the itch page. But yeah, you could go download all and download my entire plugin in one plugin. No tiers, no craziness, no having to remember which one goes on top of what. Just download them all and you're fine. Because to me, that tier system, it's nice. It's a quick way to solve a complicated problem. But I think ultimately it's not the best way of solving it. I think ultimately it would be really nice is if everyone's plugin eventually became part of my plugin generator, and you go through everyone's plugin, pick and choose the ones you want, compile, and it will compile one, and that compiled one will be compatible completely because all of them are coming from the same base. You won't have plugin compatibility issues. That's a pipe dream. There's a few pipe dreams I have for this generator, but okay, oh yeah, that would be the life. One day. The only issue I have right now that I'm trying to figure out how I would work around is my plugin generator is free. People who sell their plugins, how would I show like, oh, the event cloner plugin also costs $10, and that $10 properly gets distributed to the right people automatically, because I don't like doing work. One of my old professors once said, computers are designed to do work. If you're working and if you're doing work on a computer, then you're using the computer wrong. And I always like that statement because it's so true. If you're encountering an issue and it's like, man, it's not working, it's a headache, really look at how you're doing it and see if there's a better way. Because generally there is. I want to play around with variables. Or what do you want to play around with? yeah, that's the one thing I gotta say. I was never a big fan of college. I'm still not a big fan of college. To me, it's a lot of money for not a whole lot of benefits, but the people you meet and some of the concepts they come up with, I literally would not be in the position I am without some of their ideas. I wish I got the ideas outside of college because it's expensive and it's crazy, but yeah. Okay. Actually, I'll show you guys a cool little trick. So you can do conditional. It's a personal decision. I can't give you the answer to that. I would recommend really looking into first, what do you want to do in life, and looking into the job opportunities that go along with that. Because there are some careers where college actually is a downside. Like where I work right now. Other than my experience, my years of experience, I wouldn't have my job. Because right now, a college degree is very pointless to them. They're 100%, what certifications do you have? Do you have this certification, and this one? So, it's a tough decision. If you want, I can discuss it with you. You can private DM me, and we can discuss your position. But I'll never give you a definitely go to college or definitely not, because there's just too many factors. So cool little trick right here for anyone who wants it. Let's say you have a toggle switch, so like a light switch, where every time you go up to it, you want it on or off. You can do this quick little trick. If switch is on, turn it off, else turn it on, and this will just switch that switch on and off every time. We used to do this up in another place I used to work, kind of where this idea came from. There was an entire... I used to make IDEs, so kind of like RPG Maker or Notepad++. I used to make stuff like that, specifically in the Internet of Things area. And we used to have a trick just like this, where a switch can turn itself on and off based on what you're thinking. So, very cool little trick. It's an awesome thing, and RM does it the exact same way. Or not the exact same way, but a similar way. Oopsie. I need to remember this trick as well. You don't have to go play demo every time. As long as you save it, you refresh it, unless you're doing certain plugins and stuff, it should refresh with the new save. You also could change map, as long as the thing you're changing map to is an event. So we want to play around. Actually, we're going to do this variable for us. So I just want to see. Do we get the original value? 69. No. If I turn the switch on, 420. And if I turn the switch off, I think I just needed to set an initializer, 69. I need to set the initializer or flip the values. So that's cool. So now you can make your own custom like discount switches, where if the discount linen clothing switch is on, it will just discount that in all your stores and you don't have to worry about it. Which we're actually going to call this discount And I might fix this plugin later to include switches as well, so you can just, instead of doing $ game switches dot value, and the value you give, you can just do v bracket switch value, the switch number close bracket, and it will just go, oh, I'll just read the switch then, because typing all that out is tedious. Okay, so the question I had was switch value 1, when that's off, it will be 420. So we actually want to, because the switches are default value off, so now it will be 420 initially and 69 afterwards. Cool. So we kind of played around with all of those. Let's see, is there any item attributes we could play around with? We could change it by success rate. That's not going to really be too interesting. We could do it by damage type. Again, not really too interesting. TP gain. There's not really much more interesting things we can do. Do you guys have any ideas for interesting costs or selling values? If not, we'll just do some custom selling values and we'll call it a day. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to sort that out. Okay, I'm not hearing anything, so I'm going to start the selling value stuff, but definitely hit me up if we're changing our minds. So one cool thing about the selling value is you can also do buy price as a keyword. Create a currency item that costs that item. So you can't do that in cost form. I think I see what you're saying. So it'll cost the number of the amount you have in that item. So, okay, yeah, we could do that. You know what? We'll actually play around with that. That's going to cost the variable. We'll do that with linen. We'll have sort. Oopsie. We'll copy this. And it's going to be something along the lines of like party._items and the item value. I'm saying a lot. Let's say this is a sale token. We need a little icon for a sale token. And if I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong and we can sort it. We can come up with a better one. The one thing I've noticed is there's not like a lot of like token shapes. We'll just take that as a sale token. Collect these and cause your items. Cause linen clothing. Oh yeah. Not discount. Bargaining. What is it? I can't pronounce. Give me a second. How do I pronounce this word? Google, tell me the answers. Bargaining token. Bargaining token isn't what I want. I want it where it's a token that increases the sellback price. I want to say it starts with a B. Not bargaining. I can't. The old-fashioned way people used to trade items is called before money. Barter. B-A-R-T-E-R. B-A-R-T-E-R. Barter. Exchange goods and services for other goods and services. Yeah, we'll just call it a bartering token. Bartering token. Hopefully that's spelled correctly. Collect these and cause linen, cloth, clothing to sell back for more. Okay, so bargaining token, and we then go to armors, and it will be bargaining token was what? 2? Yeah. So we can set this to 2, and we want to times, or yeah, we'll times that by the buy price, which the buy price is this guy. So whatever the current buy price is, it will times it by the number of bargaining or bartering tokens you have, and that's how much money you can sell it back for. +1. The only reason I'm doing +1 is so you're not timesing by 0. Okay. I need a test to find out if that logic is correct, but I believe it is. It's game party dot items. If I see this, I'm pretty sure that means I'm doing it correctly. Items, bracket, yeah. We can actually quickly test that. We can actually buy some items. And then what? Game party items. It has 0? Are you saying oh yeah, I haven't bought an item yet. I'm an idiot. 11 items. See, so that's the only issue with the floating. I'll make this bigger. If you do floating, JavaScript has a very bad floating arithmetics. So you can get weird rounding errors like this. So play at your own risk. Also, I have no clue what else it'll break. Yeah, so it's items, brackets 2. Or in this case, it would be 7. And that'll give me the number of items we have. So that's p.items2. Okay. So p underscore items 2 plus 1 equals buy back token. And I'll actually just copy this. And we'll just give you 1. You received 1 bartering token. Boom. You received 1 bartering token. We just need an image. You know what? Where's that like little chest? Oh no, it's where is it? No, not science fiction. There we go. It won't open or close, but same thing. Make it the pie sprite? Okay. Yo, Lord! Lord, I was actually checking your RM profile, your RM form profile recently, just to see what you've been up to. Because it's been a while since I've interacted with you, and I was just wondering, like, are you still in the scene? You still doing plugins, or have you moved to your own game, or switched engines? I accept Pi as a bribe. So it's not lowering the cost, it's actually increasing the sellback price. So I just need to refresh this, because I saved it. I hope I saved it. We'll notice real quick, because they will either have Pi or not. So if I go in, or actually no, I need to buy it for us. So let's, first things first, let's drop the linen price to 69. Then let's get the amount of gold we need. Kitchen renovation. So I haven't been working on anything lately. Still have a plugin project I'm working on. Yeah, I gotta say, depending on how you do stuff, like anyone who hasn't dealt with Lord, definitely check out his plugins. He does amazing, like, he takes a core system of like an aspect of a game and just makes a plugin that features that entire thing. But it sucks that you're still doing kitchen renovations. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, since you haven't been around recently, I have a plugin generator now that just takes my plugins and makes single plugins out of them. Do we have 69? Yeah. So if we don't want to touch Pi yet. We want to buy the item first. So linen cost now costs 69, or take one. Awesome. And if I go to him and I go, hey, how much are you gonna buy the linen? He'll buy it for 50, which doesn't make a lot of sense. I have to look into that. But if we get the pie, we should have, the pie is not working. Why is the pie not working? Nothing works. Oh yes, I itch for you to come back. Like, and if you ever have an issue with any of my plugins with compatibility with yours, I am 100% willing to work with you. Because, like, I just know the detail you put into it is just amazing. And I can't talk. You're, anyone, just check out the plugins and you're like it. I promise. That's why the pie is off. It's below. Why is it below? I swear I copied it. It should have copied the entire event. I want to test something, guys, real quick. No, it doesn't change with that. I have a couple of theories on how the engine chooses priority, and I want to play around with those theories. I can't change them because they removed tours and MZ, but hey, why? You deserve to blush. You make amazing plugins. I would say there's about 10 plugin developers that I know for MV and MZ that I know, like, core behind why they make plugins and stuff is reasons they follow the same core beliefs on why I make plugins, and I know they take the time and dedication to make good ones. And I don't even consider myself up to Lord because, like I said, you take one entire system and just deep dive into that entire system. Which as you can see, I take parts of entire systems and go like, I'm going to make a choice location system, and I trust the developer to make their backend, and they can piece together stuff. So, yes. I'm excited to see your plugins as well. And definitely keep me in tune with it. Oh yes, I love what you did with the economic thing. I don't know if it would ever 100% support some of my plugins, just because I imagine some of the code bases you changed, but it is amazing how in-depth that system is. Also, Lord, did you move to MZ, or are you still in MV? Or are you just cross-compating both? Oh my gosh. Lord, I might have to just put up the tower and just be like, hey, here's how I make the generator. You just do you. Okay, so that's gonna add that. Why did linen clothing not change price though? Take the buy price, which should have been $6.69, times that by the current number of items you have. Okay, nice. You're kind of in the same boat as me. Like, I want to be in MZ, but I also don't want to like just screw people over in MV. So, oh yeah, it is a nice nightmare. Oh yeah, we've been putting memes in this. Okay, I need to stop hitting the play button. I can just refresh. There's no issues with just refreshing. Okay. So it should be 420. Yep. If I go here, I should be able to switch it, bring it down to 69. I know, I'm so used to just hitting the play button and constantly switching it back and forth. Okay, we have enough to buy it. That it tricks me. Okay, so 69, awesome. Now if we go to sell, it should be 69. Why is it 50? What in the world am I doing wrong that it's making it 50? Buy price is the buy price not doing what I thought it did? No. The buy price calculates from the set item price. Unless this isn't actually working. Is this not evaluating? We'll quickly test that. Let's get some tokens. Got one token, so now it should be 2 times the buy price. There's my bartering token. No, it is calculating it. That's the issue. Yep, that makes sense. Guys, guess what? What item is in slot 2 when you have no items in slot 2? None. Which, when there's none, asking for the value in slot 2 returns an undefined, which undefined is not a number, which sets it to 0. Cool, we figured it out. So cool, now bargaining tokens will just keep increasing the price. So, I got like a boat ton of bargaining tokens, 345, And we can increase it even higher by talking to the dummy, flipping the switch. Now the buy price is $420, and because I got 4 bargaining tokens, I get $2,100. Awesome. Okay, let me catch up. Survivor system is a core concept. Yeah, I'm starting to make it so it's compatible with whatever time system you're using, as long as you set up the configuration properly. Nice. Talking about time systems, you most likely missed the beginning of the stream, but I have a little bit of a time system that Can is playing around with in their game. But the delayed switch, again, on itch it works correctly. Disregard this, I'm not in itch, I'm on my local branch. Delay switches and variables is a way of basically saying I want to flip this switch, but after a certain amount of time. So you could be like, after a certain number of battles are won, or number of escapes, number of saves, playtime seconds, or frame counts. So Lord, I need to grab your plugins and do a deep dive test to see what are compatible with mine, and see if I can make as much compatibility, because I could see people playing around with ours together. But there's the buy price. I need to clean up the system a little bit, because it needs to be I need to do something along the lines of, give me a second, I need to think of what I want to do. Yep, okay. So, gonna do some quick JavaScript here for anyone who wants to learn how to do that stuff, if you don't already know. Items dot has properties. Actually, I should properly do this in a proper thing that will tell me when I type things wrong. Game party underscore items. Okay. Then it has own property. There we go. And then if I give it 2, it will give me true. If I give it 3, it will give me false. So that's going to be the core way of like working around, wait, what if you don't have the item to begin with? Well, the public ones are already on GitHub. You're free to check them out. Oh yes, I know. I just need to get around to it. I'm imagining you know the exact same thing with the kitchen remodeling. Just not enough hours in the day to do everything. So we're going to just do p.items.has own property. And I might make a custom command for this eventually. So either it's going to have it. If it does, it will do this, or it will set it to 1. Oh, this is going to be fun when I need to take pictures of this and explain how it all works. Okay. So either it's going to return p.items of 2 plus 1, or it's going to return 1. I believe I could actually leave empty space in this, but no. We need to test that out, because I'm pretty certain I can just kind of do that. The mining system is the only event page with a countdown that uses it. Each spot has an independent one for the others. Yep. Oh yeah. I'm almost certain it will pause this. Actually, I can test that. Okay, this is that we just hit save. So, since, again, we're just making this teach programming and all this other fun stuff along the way. So, if you're ever like, hey, how do you make note tags and how do you parse note tags like really fast and easy and not have to learn how string parsing works? Very simple. Okay? So, you're gonna do $data, whatever system you have. So in this case, it's gonna be armors. Okay? That's gonna return an array. You give it the value of the array. So 2, it's gonna be the same thing as in your database. Then if you do meta, that's gonna return the parsed value. Okay? So a lot of developers do note because that makes sense. The issue with note though is that returns the raw text in here. This returns a JSON of the raw text. So now if I wanted to go like, well, I don't want to worry about that. I just worried about like why is it not auto-filling? It generally auto-fills for me, but why you... It never works nice whenever I'm streaming. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, wait, I'm in note tag. Never mind. If you're in meta, you can do that and just get the string. Okay, see ya, Lord. I wish you the very best. So if you use meta, you can just get the string of the key you want. If you use note, you're going to have to parse this. And if you're really good at regex, parsing it can be really easy. If you're not, it can be hassle. I would rather just use meta since it's already parsed and get the raw string, which it works. So now we go, oh wait, I need to get some gold. Oopsie, I got a bargaining token anyways. Okay. Let's flip the switch. 69, grab that. We have one bargaining token, so 69 times 2 is what we should be looking at. 69 times 2, 138. 138, cool. Sadly, I need to refresh this again because the thing we were actually testing is, can I buy, or can it equal 69? Or 42, or 420. Switch. I believe I have enough gold. Nope. A couple more times with the gold. Yep, okay. Buy. Then I go to sell. I don't have that, so it should be 69. Awesome, we fixed it. So now you can sell that back. You also can go here and play around with the switch. That will change this to 420. It can't afford it. But if I go to sell and go to linen, hey look, I can sell it for 420. But I can be even smarter and get a couple of bargaining tokens I found. And sell it for 1680. Boom. Now I can even buy it for that much. Cool. Awesome. That was fun. Any other cool ideas we can implement for the sell cost item? We played around with the buy price. I'll also make this one line as well. Played around with buy price. Played around with variables. Did we play around with the item? Not really, but... So item is one of those things I added, but there's not much I can think of about doing unless you wanted to get the item's price. Well, we could do that. We could get the item's price and do something with it. Maybe we'll do that with the potion. We'll do... we do I dot original price, because that will take the item and its original price of 100, and we'll divide that by the number of steps. So now it's cheap to buy, but as you take more steps, it becomes... Basically, potions are dying as every time you take a step, potions, the value of potions just becomes insane. So, item price, yep, cool. Save this, refresh, not opening console, refresh. Okay, go into here. We want to take $5. We're gonna go here, buy some potions. Awesome. But to sell it back, it's $16. Because we've taken approximately 6 steps. But if we take more steps, and sell it back, it's $1. We can't sell it back for profit now. You might want a default minimum price to 0, or you'll end up with negative costs. Will you? We're not subtracting, but let's try that. I wonder if you can get it where to sell back actually cost you. Let's play around with that. That would be funny. Because right now we're dividing, but you're right. We could do subtract. Can you make the sellback cost actually cost you? That would be hilarious. Think of the gimmicky of that. Like, you give them useless items that, or you give them items. Oh! You give them an armor or a weapon that is there's a trait that you can give it where it automatically equips and seals. Give them that where it automatically equips and seals, and they have to sell it back. And to sell it back actually costs them gold. That'd be hilarious. This is why I can't make games. I'm evil. Okay. So, 8 steps by, so 8 minus the original, so we need to take 100 steps. That shouldn't take too long. Yeah, my original RM game, I actually had it where you would gain party members and like you'd only gain a party member for that level. And then they would leave. Okay, I've took 208 steps. Can I sell it for negative? Nope. Nope, it defaults to 0. Which makes sense. Should you be able to sell it for negative? That's the next question. I don't think so. But we should change the code up a little bit to cover the 0 cost. So we can't go back to negative. But I'll leave it to minus because that is cool. I think it's Give me a second. I know this. I actually don't know this. Let me go to JavaScript to read how. Remember your code. I don't remember my code at all. Don't tell me to remember my code. This is why I make videos and tutorials and game mechanics. So that I can just be like, hey, I don't watch this video or play the demo or read the note tag. Which I think I say the note tag somewhere. I think it's in this undefined aspect. The reason why it's undefined and the reason why a lot of this breaks is because I'm currently, this local branch is currently the MV demo. So if I was to build something right now, it would actually be building the MV version, not the MZ. I know it does that. Give me a second. Yep, it's math.min. Okay. So if you do math.min this or 1. I know, and I like that. I personally think that's how it should be. Because otherwise, you could, like you said, you could have item minus p dot steps, and without realizing it, or let's say not steps, let's say battle wins or whatever, you could have it where 100 wins later, it's now in the negatives. Where if this was the case, it would default to 50. Instead of you've released your game and now you're getting bug reports because if you play 100 battles, suddenly the shop crashes as soon as you open it. So math.min, this and that. It will show you how to properly set it up. Oh, this tutorial is going to take this is going to take one more full stream to finish up and actually start taking pictures and compiling everything. But take this, go here, buy a potion. There we go. If I go to selling it, shouldn't cost me 1. Oh, it should be max, not min. I don't know what I'm doing 90% of the time. Don't listen to me. So we'll quickly demonstrate this, and then we'll move off onto the next plugin, or off on. I'll demonstrate this, and then I'm most likely gonna wrap it up. So, get the gold, go to the shop, buy the potion, go to sell, it should be 92, yep. And then if I quickly run around the shop, whee! Oopsie. Yeah. I like the flickering. I really love the flickering items. I might actually do that in my game for interactables. Because it's drawing enough for you to tell that it's something, but if you set it up correctly, you could make it barely noticeable. So I took 170 steps. If I go to sell, it costs $1. Awesome. So there we go, guys. We will continue. I think we have one more sell item to adjust. Wow, that was... My computer decided to take a break there. we have the super potion and the weapon. So 2 items to still adjust. Once that's adjusted, then it's just taking a bunch of pictures, programming like the guy to say a tutorial and the dummy to say some proper stuff. Then we're done. I will catch you guys next time. Bye bye. Thank you all for coming though.